Imagine this. You're hit with a $500 million fine. The media throws a party, your rivals say you're finished, and everyone writes you off. That's what Trump was staring down until a New York appeals court flipped the script. Now the question isn't just about Trump. It's about whether the justice system is being twisted into a political weapon. In the next few minutes, we'll unpack what the judges actually said, why it matters, and how this fight could reshape the battlefield for 2026.
New York Attorney General Letitia James' massive civil fraud penalty against President Trump, his sons, and the Trump Organization. The penalty hit $500 million with interest. The judges, though, slammed Letitia James for violating Trump's constitutional rights. This case now goes to New York's highest court. The panel upheld the findings that Trump and his company was still viable. But we're going to...
So here's the thing. This isn't just big news. This is a total game changer. $500 million? Tossed out. Think about that. Letitia James wanted to bankrupt Trump, his kids, and the Trump Organization. She pitched this case like it was open and shut. But what did the appellate judges say? Nah, not today. They slammed her for violating constitutional rights. And that part about Trump's company being still viable, that's legal speak for, yeah, your empire is fine, don't worry about it. This is massive vindication for Trump, and it shows how shaky the case was from the very start. If you're keeping score, this is yet another example of the so-called get Trump legal strategy backfiring. Every time they try to take him out with these wild cases, it just seems to make him stronger.
I felt relief and elation and justice, not just for President Trump, his sons, the Trump Organization, but really all of us. This was a runaway politicized judge who, if you go back and just listen to his comments from the bench, it was very obvious, Elizabeth, he was trying to be judge, jury, persecutor, prosecutor, and God. He made these ridiculous comments about, I've seen no remorse, therefore the penalty must be higher.
Kellyanne nailed it here. Relief and justice for Trump, but also for all of us. Why? Because if the courts can just decide penalties based on whether a judge feels like someone showed enough remorse, then nobody's safe. That's not law. That's just ego. The whole no remorse, bigger penalty thing, that sounds less like a judge and more like a bad reality show host. The point of law is facts, evidence, and fairness, not punishing someone because you don't like their attitude. And honestly, this feeds into the bigger pattern we've all been watching for years. Activist judges trying to make headlines instead of following the Constitution. This wasn't just about Trump. It was about keeping the justice system from turning into a circus.
Letitia James' abuses of power that, quote, the Attorney General repeatedly campaigned on using her office's powers to pursue Trump. Believing it would be politically popular, this was selective enforcement. She failed to prove her case. Her case has grave constitutional concerns. It was based on the vague testimony of a convicted perjurer, meaning Michael Cohen. This case is a new invention of Letitia James, her own devising specifically for the purpose of prosecuting Trump.
Here's the kicker. Letitia James didn't even hide it. She literally campaigned on going after Trump. Not crime in New York, not corruption in general, just Trump. That's not justice. That's obsession. And the fact that her star witness was Michael Cohen? Come on. The guy admitted to perjury. Depending on him to bring down a former president is like betting your life savings on a three-legged racehorse. This is why the case collapsed, because it wasn't built on solid law. It was built on politics, headlines, and Twitter clout. And now, in 2025, she's stuck explaining why the appellate court basically told her, try again, but with an actual case next time.
But this is such a remarkable day because the depth, I think the extent to which, and you pulled the best passages from the appellate court decision, the extent to which they shot down every claim in that court. Sometimes appellate divisions, they can put out a 1 or 2 page statement. They took the time and the care to go claim by claim, statement by statement, and really blow holes in them. And I think it's just a great day for justice.
And that's the exclamation point right there. This wasn't a quick technicality win. The judges went line by line, claim by claim, and tore the whole thing apart. That's rare. Courts don't usually take the time to write a detailed opinion unless they really want to send a message. And the message here was loud and clear. This case never should have gotten this far. The appellate court didn't just toss it, they exposed it. Bottom line? In August 2025, Trump's not just surviving these legal attacks, he's outlasting them. And every win like this chips away at the credibility of those who swore they were going to get him. Instead, they're just proving his point, that the system is stacked and he's fighting back. This wasn't just a great day for Trump, it was a great day for anyone who still believes in the idea of equal justice under the law.